Hi, it's Camille from the Children's Room at Hedberg Public Library, and welcome to our second video in our four-part series on creating in Roblox Studio. If you are joining me for the first time today, you can go ahead and stop the video here and go back and watch the first video that I did. It premiered on YouTube on January 19th. And in that video, we learned a little bit about the Roblox Studio workspace, how to create parts, how to rotate and scale them, change their appearance. And you can find that video in the Roblox playlist on Hedberg Public Library's YouTube channel. And today we are going to continue to learn a little bit more about building in Roblox Studio. We are going to create models, and then we are going to learn how to save and share them with anybody who uses Roblox Studio. So let's get busy. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the toolbox in Roblox, and I see it's popped up here on my screen, but I wanted to show you how to bring it up if it's not there. If you go to View, click on Toolbox, and there it is. And you can see, I'm going to click on this, there are all sorts of things. These are pre-made objects or models. We are looking at models today. Pre-made things that you can put into your world. So there are all sorts of things. You can see in my game, I found candy and ice cream to sort of decorate my game. There are buildings, there are zombies, you can see here, and there are cars, and there are things from all different types of worlds that you can imagine. Fantasy worlds and historical worlds and space worlds. There are, of course, weapons and things from military worlds. So you can put those into your world, and then you can actually modify them. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, first I want to show you in my Explorer window, you're going to see these things called models. So models are basically a bunch of parts put together that can be treated as one object, and many of the things that you will want to borrow or take from the toolbox are going to be models, and then I'm going to show you how to make your own model that you can actually export to the Roblox toolbox. So let's go back and search for candy. I'm going to show you how you can put something into your game and then modify it a little bit to make it your own. So just like when you put a part in your game, Roblox places the models that you put into your game right in the center of your workspace. So if you look here in my Explorer window, you can see it shows up as sucker. And if I click on the arrow, you can see when I click here, it highlights the different parts of this model. So if I stay here on the top parts or first item in the sucker model, I can look down here in the appearance window and under properties, and I can go ahead and click on this, and I can change the color. You can change the material and things too, just like we learned in the last video. I'm going to go ahead and change the ring to match bright pink. And as long as we're changing things, I'm going to change the lollipop stick to blue. All right. And then I'm going to click back up here to sucker. So I'm highlighting the entire model. And if I go to home and click on either scale or rotate, I can then treat this as one, and I can move it around, scale it, decide exactly what I want to do with it. So I'm going to, I guess I'll just add it to my collection as something floating in space decorating my Candyland world here. I like the colors. So let's see, let's look for something else. How about, where are we going to put them? Should we, let's see if we can bring them up to my landing at the end of my game here. I'm going to scale him down a little bit. He's a little big. Oh. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to create a model from scratch. We are going to make a seat of some kind, a chair or a couch, and I'm going to show you how to use a fun part called seat. It's an object in Roblox, and it will cause your player to sit when it bumps up against this object that we create, or this model that we create. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to place my seat right here at the beginning. So I'm going to add a block. I'm gonna move it over here. Actually, I think I'm gonna build my bench out here away from my spawn location. So let's see, I'm going to orient it sideways like this. Make it a little bit thicker, I think. Maybe move it up. Oops, move it up a little bit. It's hard to know, right? Let's see. So I'm just gonna build it right about there, and I'm going to make it. Let's see. I'm going to make it a fun color to match my Candyland theme going on here. So I'm gonna make it yellow, bright yellow. And then I'm going to put a back on my couch. So I'll make another, let's say, undo. This is going to be the back of my couch. Let's see. All right, I'm going to rotate here so I can see. Still looks like it's hanging over the edge there, right? I'm gonna flip around here. Whoops. And I'm going to back a little bit. So you can really play and play and play and improve your ability to navigate in Roblox. And to watch me, you might not realize it, but my abilities I have really improved since I started playing out around in Roblox. Alright, so looks kind of lined up there. Alright, I'm really looking at it from the top. Alright, I like the way it's all kind of lined up there. All right, I'm going to also make this part yellow. And I'm going to maybe add some pillows on the ends. So we'll add, let's see, some cylinders. Oh, that would be an awfully big cylinder. All right, so let's move it. All right, this perspective, it's hard for me to see here. See the shadow there, right? Still kind of a big pillow. A little bit there, a little bit there. Looks kind of good. And then I'm going to just remember when we do, we can right click and duplicate. So I make the same exact pillow. I should have changed the color first, right? I was going to duplicate, but I'm going to change that color to bright pink. Alright, let's rotate again. Alright, and just seeing how those pillows are sitting there, I am going to, right now, let's see if I can do it here. I'm going to hit select and highlight all of these items. I'm not sure if the base and got highlighted. I'm going to anchor them. Don't think that worked. Let's see, anchor, 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 right? We don't want them, whatever we do with them, we want them to stay put, all right? And now I'm going to show you the fun part called a seat. So I'm going to go over to the Explorer window, and I'm going to click on Workspace. You want to make sure that you're on Workspace when you insert the seat. And left or right click, insert object. It is called seat. All right. So, just like any other object or parts, you can move and scale. So, let's get this seat right where we want it, right where you'd want your player to sit. Make it super thin. And I can either make it transparent. I think in my case, I'm going to make it hot pink to match my pillows so that we can see it. You can make it transparent so that it just looks like your player is sitting on the couch that you created. If it was like a bench or something, it would just sit right flat on the surface of your object. But I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to go to brick color. I'm going to change that to match everything. So now it just looks like I have a pretty seat cushion, all right? And I'm going to also anchor that. Now, we said we were creating a model and we want everything kind of grouped together. So we're going to highlight each part that we added and hold by holding the shift key down. And let's see, did we get our seat? We can look over here and see the items that we selected. The seat is selected in those parts. And if we would have been more organized, we could have labeled these parts and we would know if we labeled it cushion 1, cushion 2, back, and base, we would know that we had all the right parts. But it looks like we do. So then I'm going to right click and group. And then you will see over here in the Explore window, it created just a model with the generic name model. We can click on that, and I'm going to call it Camille's couch. Camille's couch. All right. And now, oops, there, I should be able to treat that just like I would an object and move it to where I want it, which is right on my spawn location. Say, there. Like, whoops, see, I'm on scale, and look at that, it did treat it like one object, but now I'm going to get a little bit closer here. And I'm going to put it here. Alright, maybe I will scale it just a little bit. It looks a tad bit big here. Let's see, can I make it any smaller? A little bit smaller. Alright. So let's play test it. Let's see how it works. See if my player sits on it. Alright, go back to home and hit play test. And there's my player, and I'm going to walk her over there. Oh, and look, she sat down, but that's not the way. That's sometimes the way I sit on the couch if I'm going to lay down on the couch, but that's not really how I wanted her to sit. So what do you think I need to do with that seat part? What do you think? If I want her to sit with her feet on the ground here, or I guess her feet won't really extend to the ground, but facing to the left as I'm looking at the screen, I think I need to rotate my seat part, right? Because the front of that seat part is the way that she's facing, right? The part has a front, and it needs to be facing this direction so that when she sits down, she's facing to the left. So I'm going to stop, and I get to show you how to ungroup now. I showed you how to group everything. Whoops, zoomed too far. I'm going to show you how to ungroup. So my model is selected here. I'm going to right click and ungroup. Alright, so all my parts are separate again. I'm going to zoom out just a tad and swing around. And I'm going to rotate this seat part. And do you remember which way I needed to rotate it? It was like this. Oh, wait, look what's going to happen. It's colliding, right? So let's move it out. Then rotate this way. Now her feet should be pointing in the right direction. And then move it back. I'm going to have to rescale it so that it looks like the couch cushion again. Okay, that works for me. Alright, I'm going to have to regroup everything. Alright, so I'm going to shift and click, get the seat, look over here again. I think I might be missing a part. Let's see. Nope, that was not correct. I just highlighted it. So if you hold the shift key down, you're going to get everything between those parts. So shift and click again and group. And I should have a model again, and I'm going to call it Camille's couch. Alright, let's go ahead. Let's see what happens when I go to move it. Did I miss anything? This also can happen. I'm going to show you. I'm going to move it back. Instead, I will do this. Now we have to regroup. So now I've got both of those. You can look over here, both of those. And I'm going to hit group. And I will call this Camille's couch, and I can go ahead. Camille's couch. Call Camille's couch 2. All right. All right, so now let's play test and see if the avatar sits in the right direction. All right, let's move towards the couch, and there she is. All right, so now you can go ahead and create fun couches and chairs and other models that you would like in Roblox, and you can save them as a model and name them, and I will show you how you can save them to Roblox for other people to use. All right, let's stop the game. We've got Camille's couch. Let's see, I think I have an extra digit. Okay, Camille's couch 2. All right, and if I right click, I can do save to Roblox. We're going to call it Camille's couch 2. And what will we call it? A bright couch. A bright couch to brighten your spirits. Creator me, genre me, allow copying. We will allow copying, and we'll submit. Uploading to Roblox. You may find your assets in the toolbox or on the web. So let's close. And should we see if it's there? We will go to View, Toolbox, and let's search Camille. I know that Roblox has to approve things, so let's try Camille's couch. Couch 2. And there it is for anybody to use. All right, so that's kind of fun. If you create something, please send a message to the children's room with the name of the item that you create. I would sure like to add them to my game. All right, thanks for joining me again today. And if you'd like to share anything that you've created with me, you can do so by sending a message through the Children's Room at Hedberg Public Library Facebook page. And you can also email me at the Hedberg Public Library. I'd love to hear what you've created, so you can share the name of a model that you've created, or you can share your username with me if it's okay with your grown-up, so that we can connect in Roblox and share things that way. All right, thanks, and we'll see you again in about a month for video 3.